There are so many lessons that I need to share with you that I took from my marriage to an African man. I'm not criticizing any African marriages. I'm African and I love being an African and I uphold my African values. However, I've got the right to choose who I date and who I want to be with in life. And I think you'll forgive me for that, for speaking my mind and just sharing with you what I think. And I'm going to compare, giving you my point of view on things with regards to being married to an African man or a white guy. What is it? What is it that I like being an African on the African side, and what is it that I like on the European side of things, the Western world side of things? Okay, so the idea of getting pregnant, you must get pregnant as soon as you get married. That idea is crap. It puts women under so much stress. I was abused because of that. Because I couldn't conceive at a time when they wanted me to have a child. I was abused verbally, physically, financially for not having a child in marriage. So people would think, like in an African culture, they think if you don't have children, your money is for the whole clan. Anybody would just come to you and say, "Can you please give us $100?" They'll be asking you things like, "So where do you put the money? Where does your money go? Because you don't have any children." Your money is your money, whether you got children or not. Okay? But they don't understand that. You realize that if you're African, some close family members will start giving you responsibilities because you don't have children. All right? You don't have children, and you realize that if in the family you are the only one who doesn't have a child, you find that most responsibilities will be coming to you because they'll be saying, because they don't have children, they don't pay school fees, they don't pay whatever, they don't pay, so they should have money, which really I don't like at all. I don't. When I was in this country, like the Western world, you realize that people would choose not to have children. It's their choice. No problems at all. Nothing to do with reproductive problems. No, they just choose to get that womb shut because they don't want children. Okay, and I've realized that if you date a white man, some of them will tell you that they want children, but it's not a big deal. Okay, it's not a big deal. I've never seen I had a lot of stories of people who have divorced just because they couldn't have children. A lot of people that stay until their old age without children. They'll tell you that we tried, but we couldn't have any, and it's okay with them. Okay, but in an African culture, you are labeled, you are given names for not having a child. But they forget that sometimes it is, and mostly is they think it's a woman who has got a problem, but it could be a man as well. But always it's a woman's problem. If there's no child in marriage, it's a woman's problem. That's African culture. They don't think of going the scientific route where they want to figure out, is it the man who has got a slow sperm count, or is the woman? Already it's a woman who cannot have children. Yeah, it's always a woman. And when you get married to relationships in Western worlds, it's for two of you. It's not, you get married to one person, not the whole clan like African. In Africa, you belong to a family, you're married into a family. So there's so much responsibilities there, which sometimes I feel like, come on, people should learn to take responsibility. Come on, people, my people. You should learn to take responsibility. If you have 8 children, they are your children. You don't have to start sharing them among people who have managed to do their what you call it, family planning, and they decided to have 2 children or 1 child, and to start coming to people's houses asking for things. That's African. That's us now. That's what we do. Most of us. Yeah. And you realize that in Africa, most African people who don't have stable jobs, stable incomes, are the one who've got the biggest families ever. 6 children. These people, they don't work at all. 6 children, 7. Hmm? 7 children. And the ones who are working, the ones who are stable, but stable jobs, 1, 2 children. That's them done. What's that about? Oh god, yeah. So it's about education. Those who are educated will understand what it means to have a child. Seven children, that's 7 projects. Every project has got its own budgets, and will you manage it? So you know that you can only manage 2 children, 3 maximum. If it's 4, well, I don't know. But anyway, we are, there's many of us in our family, and I used to ask my parents, why did you have so many children? Especially if I cannot get what I want. I used to ask them, why did you have so many children? Yeah. So that's that. It's about us women. We are always to blame in any marriage in an African setting where there are no children. It's always a woman. It's always a woman who cannot conceive, not a man. A man, they will never point fingers to a man. Point to the woman. It's always us. Yeah. So one thing I love about dating, like in the Western world, whether you've got a child, whether you have a child or not, the relationships grows even stronger. They don't mind. You know, majority of them they don't mind. It's only a few. As I said, I've never had anybody who had a marriage breakdown because there was always a fight about not having a child. I was abused. I'm one person who can actually tell a story about the abuse of not having a child, financial abuse. You're told, oh, you have to pay school fees for this child because you don't have any children. Oh, you need to help them because they helped me go to school. Especially if your husband was brought up by other family members, they kind of feel they have to help that family, or at least take one of their child to school and maybe pay them as a thanks, like what do you you're like appreciating the help that they gave you, the help that they send you to school. Some of them it doesn't come like that. It's like they're pushing you to, you have to take this child because we did this for you. It's not something that you're not given the chance to think by yourself and accept the help and thank them for what they do and they did, and choose what you want to do, whether they want to give them money, whether they want to educate one of their children. Is you're all forced. Just do it because we helped you. Yeah. I'm just ranting, guys. I've never ranted for years, so today I just took this opportunity to, I'm gonna rant about this. I'm going to rant about this. There's so many women, especially in the African culture, who are suffering right now. If you see women crying for God to open their womb, it's not just because they want children, it's because they are tired of being abused. They are crying to God that, God, look at this abuse that I'm going through. Please open my womb. That's why. It's just not that because they love children so much. No, no. They are going through so much grief. They are being abused. There's so much um, painful words that are told them every single day of their life for not having children. So God, if anyone is listening to this and you're in that situation, may God hear your prayer and give you that child that you're looking for. Because I totally understand. African culture, getting married on the 25th of December. By next year, Christmas time, 25 December, your child should be at least 2 months old, I think, by that time. They have to be celebrating. That's them. That is them. And guys, if you're in that situation, good luck. And keep believing that one day that womb of yours is going to be open. And all those people who are laughing, who are saying hateful words to you, they are going to hide in shame. All right? Yeah. Because God is a God of the impossibilities. He takes away the shame, all that kind of thing. So just believe God, or your husband. Pray that your husband is going to be fighting for you. When they'll start coming for you. They'll start coming to your husband asking, when are you going to have children? It's 5 years now since you've been married. So when are you going to have children? May your husband fight for you. May your husband fight for you in your absence. Yeah, that's my prayer for you. Anyway, rant over. How are you guys? Please comment, subscribe, and share the live. Not the live, the video. Okay? Thank you guys for listening to my rant. Bye.